Welcome to Michigan History Day. Congratulations to all of you. You made it to state finals. Hey, I'm Bob Myers. I'm Director of Education for the Historical Society of Michigan. Now this year, despite all the challenges with the pandemic, 250 students entered 152 projects. 48 teachers and History Day coaches guided them. And 77 judges reviewed your projects. On behalf of all of us at the Historical Society of Michigan, I want to especially thank the teachers, coaches, district coordinators, and our judges. They gave their expertise and countless hours of their time to make all of this possible. Thank you for all that you do. Now, this is your day. Now, some of you in the junior and senior divisions will learn that you are national finalists. You'll advance to the National History Day competition, where you will represent Michigan. You'll have a little time to improve your projects, and you'll need it. You'll be competing with the best projects from every U.S. state and territory. Now, you might notice that I referred to national finalists, not winners. All of you are winners. Now, that isn't because everyone is a winner and everyone gets a trophy. It's because you have spent months researching, writing, creating performances or websites or documentaries or exhibits or papers. You've polished your work at every level. You have become historians. And in that process, you have learned to think. And if you can think, you can do anything. Well, now I'm going to turn this over to our Education Program Manager and Michigan History Day Coordinator, Amy Bradfield.
Thanks, Bob. Happy History Day, everybody. We're so glad that you can join us today. And like Bob said, I want to echo thank you for all of your hard work. One thing I want to add is when we are announcing those national finalists, at the youth division, we'll announce any of the people that finished in third, second, or first place. At the junior and senior division, we will announce the national alternate and the 2 national finalists. The national alternate, that position is if one of the national finalists can't participate in National History Day, you will be asked to move up and take that spot. So just want to make sure that we make that clear before we get started with our awards in just a little bit. So again, what we want to do is we want to thank our sponsors, because without their help, this program couldn't happen. We have our major program sponsors: TCF Bank, the Meyer Foundation, Scripps Howard Foundation, the Wilbur and Ruth Wright Charitable Fund, Sally Adler, and the Holland Area Historical Society. And of course, we always rely and get so much help from National History Day. This year we had 19 colleges and universities that also sponsor the program. And we're hoping that you've taken the opportunity that was shared in an email and will be shared in the future with you to fill out a form to let us know which of those colleges and schools and universities you're interested in, and we'll connect you with a staff member or someone from the school representative, and hopefully you can get those conversations going, because it is never too early to start thinking about your future. We also want to thank our district coordinators, because again, without them, this program is not possible. We have 11 districts across the state, and we have coordinators, and they're all volunteers at all of those places that make those district contests possible, that allowed you to advance to the state finals. So we're very grateful to all of our district coordinators. We have some special messages to get us started today. So we're going to start with a message from Larry Wagonar, the Executive Director and CEO of the Historical Society of Michigan.
It really is my privilege to join you today, Michigan History Day students. So very excited to be a part of this competition each year. I've been doing this position for 20 years as Executive Director and CEO of the Historical Society of Michigan. And I'm always delighted to walk around the exhibit hall to see the exhibits, to drop in on the documentaries and see the websites that have been created and all the work that all of you students have done. It's unfortunate we can't do this in person because of COVID-19. We're really hopeful that next year in 2022 we'll be able to have an in-person state finals once again. My name is Larry Wagonar, and as I said, I'm Executive Director and CEO here at the Historical Society of Michigan. The Historical Society of Michigan is the state's oldest cultural organization in the state, in the state of Michigan, founded in 1828. We sometimes are confused with the Michigan History Center downtown in Lansing, which operates a state museum and state archives, but we are not connected to them. We do a lot of great things. We publish the State History Magazine, Michigan History Magazine, which is read by over 100,000 people across the state. We have several other publications. We do all the Centennial Farm signs you see around the state. We run 3 history conferences around Michigan. We do educational programs such as Michigan History Day, which you are all participating in right now. And we provide assistance for hundreds and hundreds of local historical organizations all across the state. So be proud that you're here. Whether you move on to nationals as a result of these award ceremonies today, you've made it. You've made it to the state finals. You've accomplished a lot. So congratulations to each and every one of you. I'm also thankful for the sponsors that Amy Bradfield has already described. We couldn't do this program without them, and I want to honor them and thank them for their support, which makes Michigan History Day possible. Finally, I want to say thank you to Kathy Gorin, the Executive Director of National History Day, who I'm happy to introduce. So we'll be speaking next. Glad that you could join us today.
Happy History Day, everybody, and congratulations to all of the students who completed projects for Michigan History Day this year. And what a year it has been. A pandemic, crazy one, and moments that will go down in history. So I am especially pleased to congratulate you on your research and the hard work that you invested in your projects related to this year's theme, communication and history, the key to understanding. My colleagues and I here at National History Day know what it takes to put on an event like this. So I want to extend a huge thank you to all of the teachers, judges, parents, volunteers, staff, and of course, your state coordinator, Amy Bradfield, for making Michigan History Day happen. Now, whether or not you're moving on to the national contest in June, be sure to review the comments by your judges and think about how you'll use them to improve your project, but also keep them in mind as you think about topics and projects for next year. In the meantime, good luck, congratulations again, and happy History Day, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Gorn, and thank you, Larry, for those great messages. So we are ready to get started with our first awards. I'm going to toss it over to Bob for our first special award.
All right, thank you, Amy. And our first special award is a new one this year, sponsored by TCF Bank. It is an award for the best use of economic history or impact. So in the youth division, our recipient is The Word Travels Fast, The Road to Written Language, and that's by Isabella Cossey from Ely Elementary School. In the junior division, the award goes to Alexandra Stern for 60 Years of COBOL and the Woman Who Invented It, How Grace Hopper Changed Communication in History and Its Key to Understanding. She's at Cedar Crest Academy. And our senior division winner, Andy Yao, for Speak No Evil, Communication in the Holodomor, H.H. Dow High School. Congratulations. And now I get to announce the performances, the awards for performances. And the first one is second place in the youth individual performance. And that goes to Victoria Moody from North Shore Elementary School, The Life of Susan B. Anthony. And our first place winner, John Campbell in the Birth of American Journalism from the Gagey School, Coben Pants. Junior individual performance, the national alternate. That is Ruby Peterson from Baseline Middle School in South Haven, The Riveters, Communicating Equality and Perseverance through Rosie the Riveter. National finalist. and that is Ishwari Bhatt from Gagey School, Kampala Chawla, Communication in Space. The other national finalist, Megan Leatria from Whitehall Middle School, The Key to Understanding Coded Communications. Elizabeth Smith Friedman unlocks enemy secrets, paving the way for a secure nation. Senior individual performance, national alternate, Zoe Kukla, The Story of the Crafts, Communicating Despite Adversity. And she's with Forest Hills Eastern High School. The national finalist, and that is Emma Wilson from Troy High School with Rachel Carson, A Not So Silent Spring. National finalist, Allison Chen from Whitehall High School, Red Scare Sabotages American Supremacy, Miscommunication Evicts Chang Chi-sen from the United States rocket facilities and leads to acceleration of China's missile program. Best entry in, let's see, is this yours, Amy, or mine?
That's yours.
That's mine, huh? All right. Best entry, this is another special awards category, the best entry in the use of newspapers, and that is sponsored by our friends at the Clark Historical Library up at Central Michigan University. In the youth division, Oban Pants from Gagey School, John Campbell and the Birth of American Journalism. In the junior division, this is Arts as Propaganda, Communism Meeting Democracy Through the 20th Century. And that's an entry from Lake Michigan Catholic Middle School, Hannah Heisel, Josephine Marsh, Lila Baliunas, and Mary Riley. And in the senior division, the winner is Lincoln on the Front Line, Miles Dougherty and Nick Shepard from South Haven High School. Junior group performance, national finalist. The Great Debates, Lincoln and Douglas. And this is an entry from the Gagey School, Rowan Borton, Andrew Curvelo, and Peter Drellis. And our other national finalist, Arts as Propaganda, Communism Meeting Democracy Through the 20th Century. Lila Baliunas, Hannah Heisel, Josephine Marsh, and Mary Riley, Lake Michigan Catholic Middle School. And senior group performance, national finalist. Maligned Stars, the abuse of the golden age of Hollywood and the effect it had on America's culture. From Fraser High School, Gabriella Tone, Molly Vanderhagen, and Natalie Watson.
Thanks, Bob. I'm going to take it over from this point and talk about the best entry in African American history, which is sponsored by the MERS Tate Travel Explorers, and we have a video from them. So the best entry in African American history for the youth division is The Story of Ella Baker, Activist and Human Rights Defender by Jocelyn Dubbink and Kirsten Chalupa from North Shore Elementary School. The junior division winner is Rosa Parks, Communication Through Action by Kira Lawandi and Luciano Rodriguez, Richards Middle School. And the senior division winner is Eunice Carter, Communication Through the Courtroom by Tabitha Newberry, South Haven High School. Now we're going to move on to the exhibit category. Youth Individual Exhibit, second place, is Martin Luther King Jr. by Evelyn Whitworth from Lincoln Elementary School. The first place finisher with their entry, The Word Travels Fast, The Road to Written Language, is by Isabella Causey from Ely Elementary School. Junior Individual Exhibit National Alternate is Keon Celestine with Jimi Hendrix, Racial Journey Through Music from Richards Middle School. National finalist in Junior Individual Exhibit is The Fireside Chats of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Communicating to a Nation in Crisis by Elliot Anderson, the Gagey School. The other national finalist in Junior Individual Exhibit is Georgia Edmonds from the Gagey School with The Book Women, Communicating Literacy and the Love for Books to Those Isolated by Poverty in the Appalachian Mountains. Senior Individual Exhibit, National Alternate, is Isabella Dacoba with The Key to Understanding Dr. Seuss, Communicating Through Stories and Illustrations from Portage Northern High School. First national finalist in the senior individual exhibit is Emily Olson from Montague High School with Reading Between the Lines. Hidden Communications Reveal the Horrors of Ravensbrück. Another national finalist in senior individual exhibit is Allison Tate from Whitehall High School with Got Fear. Missing Children Milk Carton Program Raises Awareness and Anxiety in America. Next, we're going to move on to the best entry in naval or maritime history. This is sponsored by the Continental Commandery of the Naval Order of the United States. The youth division winners are Bodhi Benchik and Malik Al-Sharawi with Cracking the Code, the Battle of Midway from the Gagey School. Junior division is Brent Woolfield from Edison Elementary School with The Flying Messengers of World War I, How Using Carrier Pigeons to Communicate in Battle Saved Countless Lives. The senior division winner is Myron Barfus and Virginia Waycamp with Reign of the Pirate Queen from St. Joseph High School. Moving on to group exhibits, the third place youth group exhibit is Liliana Desjardins and Olivia Lynn from Three Fires Elementary School with Pearl Harbor's Great Loss. Second place finisher is Cracking the Code, the Battle of Midway with Bodhi Bensick and Malik Al-Sharawi from the Gagey School. First place finisher in youth group exhibit is Communicating Our Way to Freedom, Chloe King, Daniela Silva Court, and Caitlin Watrapont from Three Fires Elementary School. Junior group exhibit national alternate is Anasazi Paintings by Gwyneth Charleboy and Adriana Frusti from Superior Central Schools. National finalist in junior group exhibit is Veronica Corin and Elise Hefner with Washington's Farewell Address from Traverse City East Middle School. And our other national finalist is Tamberlyn Masinick and Olivia Palazzolo from Richards Middle School with How Helen Keller Changed the World One Sign at a Time. Senior group exhibit national alternate, SOE by Maddie Hauptman, Molly Kramer, Zoe Wogeman, and Anya Yoshikawa from Heritage Christian Academy. National finalist in senior group exhibit is Miles Doherty and Nick Shepard with Lincoln on the Front Line from South Haven High School. The other national finalist in senior group exhibit is Soldiers, Censorship, and the Second World War by Faith Loa, Vanessa Ellis, Alicia Gentz, and Francesca Palazzolo, Fraser High School. Okay, Bob, I think I'm turning it over to you to read these, but before we do that, we have a video from the sponsors.
Congratulations to the Michigan History Day participants, and a special congratulations to those of you who chose to use family history. When I saw this year's theme, Communication in History, the Key to Understanding, I felt it would be a perfect fit for family history. And I'm happy that some of you chose to use family history this year. I'm Brenda Linden, president of the Michigan Genealogical Council. The Michigan Genealogical Council represents almost 80 genealogical and historical societies. And within those societies, there are over 6,000 genealogists. And we're always happy to see when the youth want to get involved in family history. We are proud to sponsor the award for best use of family history at the Michigan History Day. After all, history is family history, and family history is history. Congratulations once again on the fine work that you've done with using family history at the Michigan History Day.
Okay, Bob, take it away.
All right, my privilege to introduce the special awards from the Michigan Genealogical Council for the best entry in the use of family history. In the junior division, it is the Riveters, Communicating Equality and Perseverance through Rosie the Riveter, Ruby Peterson, Baseline Middle School. And the senior division, Track to Trenches, Communicating at the Speed of an Olympic Medalist, Avery Dougherty and Jesse Ford, South Haven High School. Congratulations. Now moving on to websites. Youth individual website, first place. Video killed the radio star? Yeah, from Gagey School, Lucilla Drelis. And the national alternate, junior individual website, TV in the Vietnam War, Bringing War to Your Living Room, Princess Ikenye from Adams Middle School. Junior individual website, national finalist. Ill communication, shame and suffering in the 1918 pandemic. Gabriel Pfeffer from the Kazoo School. Junior individual website, national finalist. The Flying Messengers of World War I, How Using Carrier Pigeons to Communicate in Battle Saved Countless Lives. That's by Brent Woolfield from Edison Elementary School. Senior individual website, national alternate. And that's Abigail Cusway from Plymouth High School, Singing Their Way to Freedom, How Hidden Messages in Songs Help Guide Slaves to Freedom. Senior individual website, national finalist. That is by Ryan Gibson from Whitehall High School. It's Enact, Planting the Seed of Environmental Consciousness. And the other national finalist, Communicating Capabilities, Project Corona launches weaponized satellite photo reconnaissance. That's by Amelia Chen from Whitehall High School.
We are very excited to announce the Michigan nominees for the Patricia Bering Teacher of the Year Award offered by National History Day. The award is sponsored by Patricia Bering in recognition of the pivotal role teachers play in the lives of students. Both nominees from Michigan demonstrate a commitment to engaging students in historical learning through innovative use of primary sources, implementation of active learning strategies to foster historical thinking skills, and participation in the Michigan History Day program. Dr. Sandra Gagey of the Gagey School in Kalamazoo is Michigan's Junior Division nominee. Dr. Gagey has worked in the field of education for 57 years. She has implemented the National History Day program with students in her school for the past 17 years, encouraging all the teachers in her school to use MHD. Dr. Gagey uses Michigan History Day in her 8th grade language arts classes, as well as supporting all the students in her building, starting in the 1st grade. 8 of Dr. Gagey's students nominated her for the award this year, a true testament to her impact on the lives of her students. Lynn D'Angelo, our senior division nominee, works in Wayne Westland Community Schools. Ms. D'Angelo has used the program in her classes for the past 8 years. Not only does Ms. D'Angelo use the program at Adams Middle School where she teaches, she also supports students when they move on to high school. She volunteers her time after school to meet with former students and help them develop projects. Ms. D'Angelo was nominated by the parent of one of those high school students. Her passion for learning is apparent to anyone who works with her, and we appreciate all she does to promote the program and encourage student learning. The national winner will be selected by a committee of experienced teachers and historians and announced on Saturday, June 19th, 2021 at the National History Day National Contest Awards Ceremony. The winner of each division will receive $10,000. We thank both Dr. Gagey and Ms. D'Angelo for their hard work and wish them both the best of luck. Okay, Bob, back up to you with our group websites.
All right, thanks, Amy. Oh, the junior group website, National Alternate. And that is from Providence Christian School, James Valkema, Weston Akima, Kate Queckel, Zach Schipper, and Miriam Van Brugge. World War II propaganda posters, communication at a glance. National finalist in group websites. Jacob Reese, a picture is worth 1,000 words. From Providence Christian School, Emma Backer, Connor DeVries, Haley DeVries, Ethan Schipper, and Callie Van Dyke. And the other national finalist, Fireside Chats, Communication in the Great Depression, by Mina Bokenstein, Austin Christian, Marianne DeVries, Troy Dingmans, and Lydia Neuenhaus. Providence Christian School. Senior group website, National Alternate. Seeing the election in real time, how social media has revolutionized the way politics are communicated. That's by Mercedes Cross and Shannon McMenamin from Fraser High School. Senior group website, National Finalist. How communication impacted the women's rights movement in the 1800s and 1900s. That's from Rosa Lochner, Sejal Pearson, and Gabby Sanders from Marion High School. Senior group website, National Finalist. The unperceived communication of Morse code. Savannah Brinkmeyer and Katrina Luzadas from John Glenn High School.
Thanks, Bob. I'm going to share about our Ellie Peterson Award for Michigan Women's History, which is sponsored by Michigan Women Forward. And we have a video from the sponsor.
Hi, I'm Megan Bergman, and I run the Michigan Women's Historical Center and Hall of Fame, now known as the Her Story Museum, as well as the You Go Girls programs for Michigan Women Forward. Michigan Women Forward is a nonprofit and a community development organization that empowers Michigan women and girls through a variety of different ways. The Her Story and You Go Girls pillars are just 2 of 4. You can go to our website, miwf.org, to learn more. Thank you for inviting me to be a judge this year.
Thanks, Megan. The youth division winner for the Michigan Women's History Award is Caitlin Vandermolen, Navia Vova, and Taylor Dolby from the Gagey School with the women's suffrage movement, how communication was key to win the vote. Junior division is Emma Margaron from Holland Middle School with lack of communication, how the media's underrepresentation impacts the fight for equality in women's sports. And the senior division winner are Gabriella Tan, Molly Vanderhagen, and Natalie Watson from Fraser High School with Malign Stars, the abuse of the golden age of Hollywood and the effect it had on America's culture. We're going to move, and congratulations to all those winners. We're going to move to the documentary category. Junior individual documentary, the national alternate, is Mikhaili Burin from Traverse City East Middle School with Victoria Woodhull, the women who set back the suffrage movement. National finalist is Traverse City's Not So Haunted Past by Catherine Clark, Traverse City West Middle School. Other national finalist is Rayo Wan Kim from Bullen Park Middle School with The Downfall of Rabies. Senior individual documentary, national alternate, is Laura Thielman from Whitehall High School with 3 Days of Peace and Music. Woodstock communicates countercultural ideas in a divided America. Our national finalist in the senior individual documentary category is Miyabi Shinki from Troy High School with Radio Free Europe and the Hungarian Revolution. And our other finalist is Ella Johnson from Whitehall High School with Mass Media and Martin Luther, Making Christianity Accessible to All. Next, we're going to share the best entry in Michigan history, which is sponsored by the Meyer Foundation. In the junior division, we have Catherine Clark with Traverse City's Not So Haunted Past from Traverse City West Middle School. The senior division winner of the best entry in Michigan history is Ryan Gibson from Whitehall High School with Enact, Planting the Seed of Environmental Consciousness. And another special award we have is the James Campbell Award for Best Use of Oral History, which is sponsored by the Michigan Oral History Association. And we have a senior division winner this year, and that's Zachary Howie from Fraser High School with Tootsie Rolls and Diddy Bop, the failures and successes of military communications. Moving on to our group documentary category. In the youth division in third place, we have Kirsten Chalupa and Jocelyn Dubbink, the story of Ella Baker, activist and human rights defender from North Shore Elementary School. In second place, we have Carson Meacham and Braden Williams with Winged Soldiers from North Shore Elementary School. And in first place, we have The Women's Suffrage Movement, How Communication Was Key to Win the Vote by Navia Boba, Taylor Dolby, and Caitlin Vandermolen from the Gagey School. Junior group documentary and national alternate is Maya Pants, Elizabeth Zepka, and Ava Stortboom from the Gagey School with Barry Gordy, Communicating Through Motown Music. National finalist in junior group documentary is Shostakovich's Seventh Symphony, Communicating Hope to Leningrad and the World by Oliver Anderson, Samuel Edmonds, and Ian Wesselhoff, the Gagey School. Other national finalists is Communication and Its Effects on the Cuban Missile Crisis by Jordan Dolby, Paul Zepka, Olivia Stortboom, and Reese Stortboom, the Gagey School. Senior group documentary, national alternate, is Sophia Anger, Michelle Hickey, and Isabella Pongrass, the 1913 Women's Suffrage Parade, Marching to Build Momentum for the Movement from Marion High School. Our first national finalist in the senior group documentary category is Avery Doherty and Jesse Ford, Track to Trenches, Communicating at the Speed of an Olympic Medalist from South Haven High School. And our other national finalist is Targeting Hollywood, HUAC Attempts to Censor Free Speech in the Film Industry by Griffin Lowndes and William Zegda, Whitehall High School. All right, Bob, you are up for our last two categories.
Oh boy, great.
But wait, hold on, I have a video. There's a video from the Michigan Archival Association, the sponsor of the award. So let's see what they have to say.
Wonderful.
Hello, my name is Christiana Vasquez-Garrett, and I'm the president of the Michigan Archival Association. Michigan Archival Association supports the community of organizations and individuals who care for the state's materials of cultural heritage and the documentary record through communication and education. We also seek to foster a collaborative and inclusive professional network. We were founded in 1958 by an informal group of librarians, archivists, state records administrators, and historical society members who are meeting at the first statewide local history conference. We are also the oldest statewide organization like this in the United States. I'm here today, so to speak, because we provide a special award for the best use of primary resources. History is happening all around us every day. We are living it and experiencing it. As archivists, our purpose is making the past accessible for all who seek to find out more about it. By participating in Michigan History Day, you are joining us in this effort. We are honored to present this award, and I'm excited to welcome you to the ranks of those who preserve memories for our future. Thank you so much.
All right, Bob.
All right, cool. Well, for the youth division, the best entry in the use of primary sources from the Michigan Archival Association is The Story of Ella Baker, Activist and Human Rights Defender. That's by Jocelyn Dubbink and Kirsten Chalupa from North Shore Elementary School. In the junior division, the recipient is Jacob Reese, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Callie Van Dyke, Connor DeVries, Emma Backer, Ethan Schipper, and Hallie DeVries from Providence Christian School. And in the senior division, got fear? Missing Children's Milk Carton Program raises awareness and anxiety in America. From Whitehall High School, Allison Tate. And now moving on to papers. Youth paper, first place, goes to Aaron Kreider from North Shore Elementary School for Sightless Reading, a brief history of Louis Braille and the Braille reading system. Junior paper, national alternate, Normal Minds in Abnormal Times, Communication in United States Military Psychiatry During World War II, from Boulon Park Middle School, Joanne Tu. Junior paper, national finalist, Ping Pong Diplomacy, The Broken Rule That Changed U.S.-China Relations, Abraham Zhang from Emerson School. Junior paper, national finalist, Sarbani Sengupta from Boulon Park Middle School, with the paper Nikola Tesla, a Forgotten Pioneer of Wireless Telegraphy. Senior paper, national alternate, Elegance and Grace, examining Soon Mei Ling's tour of America and the artistry of her communication. William Michaud, Cranbrook Schools Upper. Senior paper, national finalist, Frequency Hopping, the Birth of a Revolutionary Communication System. That's by Adriana Ulrich from Saline High School. The other senior paper, national finalist, Speak No Evil, Communication and the Holodomor, Andy Yao from H.H. Dow High School. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Congratulations to all of our finalists, to all of those of you who earned a special award, and to those of you who got a first through third place finish. As both Bob and Larry said, you are just winners for participating, and we appreciate that. Look for an email to come from me in the next couple of days with information about how to access your evaluation forms and further information for those who got special awards or are moving on to the national finals. And we want to make sure that you're thinking about 2022. The theme for next year's contest is Debate and Diplomacy in History, Successes, Failures, and Consequences. So we invite you all to participate again. For our students who are seniors this year, we wish you the best of luck as you move on to your next adventure. And thank you all, and have a great rest of your History Day. Bye.
Bye.